Good afternoon, and very good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Welcome to VUEGRAPHY. I hope you guys doing great. Yeah, today video is special from technical perspective. You can see the difference and everything. I'll explain in the end. But today video is special, and it's kind of a serious, like really serious. Trust me. Last night I was talking with one of our fellow photographers. He's a very fine artist, a very fine product photographer, more specifically speaking. And we were chatting about certain aspects of photography, and that's where we both discussed about a term called dopamine. Actually, he introduced that word, dopamine. So, what exactly the dopamine is, and what exactly the video is all about. First, let me explain dopamine, and you will understand what I mean to say and what the today video is all about. Dopamine is basically a chemical released in our brain when we feel pleasure or when we feel happy. Well, you can understand when we feel pleasure or when we feel happy. Well, let's not talk about that thing. Let's strictly keep our conversation in photography. So, when we take an image and we feel happy, or when we put that image on social media, people start people start praising that image like crazy because of several other reasons. Well, I'll talk in a minute. And when people praise our work, we'll feel happy. All right. Now, praising the work also contains so many factors like what kind of people are praising our work. Are those people are really sincere, or our close friends, or our really, or just they don't know us, or they are just the people who are doing it on daily basis. That's where the problem exists. See, there are a bunch of people, there are a bunch of photographers, actually there are a huge number of photographers who believe that if I'm not going to praise your work, you are not going to like my work. And they are living in this ideology and they keep praising your average and below average work. And that's where you get caught into dopamine thing, because when your average and non-average work got praised by a bunch of people who are doing it on regular basis, you think that whatever you are doing is the right practice, and you stop being creative because you are enjoying the dose of dopamine on daily basis, because you are uploading an average image or below average image, and you know there are certain bunch of people who are going to like your work. They're going to put love or thumbs up or whatever, and you will enjoy that because that's where you are living. Social media is all about a dose of dopamine that we are trying to get on daily basis, and that's where I even put myself into that. Fortunately, thank God, alhamdulillah, I got myself disconnected from this fake reality of getting to work for the number of likes. I'm no more working for likes. No, I stopped doing that, and I'm very much happy for whatever I'm having, for what kind of work, because I know if I'm doing anything and I'm doing it very good, my work is going to be praised anywhere in the world, regardless. People know me or not know me. I firmly believe that, and it took me 6-7 years to get out from that, and now I am really getting the right the right and the original dose of dopamine which I'm supposed to get, not that which going to kill my creativity, which I just explained. We were discussing yesterday about a certain aspect of photography, and see, photography is an art form, no doubt about that. And if you are doing composite images, where you take image from someone and someplace else, you are taking stars, galaxies from somewhere else, and you merge them together in Photoshop. try to visualize, try to materialize to your imagination, that's good. That's really good. You have all the right to do that. But if you have to mention that it's a composite image, it's a Photoshop image, so people who can easily recognize that you have done something uh, Photoshop thing, they will also going to be on your side. If you don't going to mention and people start bunker on your work, and those people will get, seriously, they will feel very strange because they know the reality of your work. That image where people are praising you so much, that's not the real image. You created that image. It's not the reality. You created something out of your imagination. All right. And people like your imagination, but you have to mention that it's my imagination. It's not the reality. There are people who are literally working their butt off in order to take the right image without doing Photoshop. And they are working hard into the field, and there are people who are just click, click, click on software, try to create things without going into the field, without doing any much hard work. And when they see this kind of false praising, they will go into depression because they are working really hard and people don't realize that. So depression is both ways. If you are creating image through Photoshop or you are really working hard and not getting praised. So it's there. And there is another sad reality. Once we get so much used to this dopamine thing, because people who just constantly praising our work all the time without knowing the reality that we created that kind of work through bunch of clicks on software, we haven't even been outside into the reality, into the field. And once you stop doing that, so you stop getting praise. Once you stop getting praise, it means that your brain stop releasing dopamine. And when they stop releasing dopamine, it means that you will feel a severe depression because you are so much used to of that dose of dopamine on daily basis. That's where you just doing whatever you can, regardless right or wrong. You just keep doing it just in order to get that dose of dopamine. And it literally kills your creativity. I am I realize that thing that I'm not going to work for likes because number getting people there are hundreds and thousands and even millions of artists who are doing just in order to get likes. Because again, likes is equal to dose of dopamine. The more likes you get, the more dopamine you are going to get. And you get that dose of dopamine so much that you can't live without it at one point of time. And if you're not going to get your desired dopamine dose on daily basis, you will get into depression. And there was a time I was so much used to of that thing, but I pull out myself from it and I work myself so hard that I have to work on the things which is real. I'm not going to work just in order to get other people like because I have to like their work. I'm not going to like other people's work if it's not good enough. That's what I do now. I only going to like the thing which is really worthy. Because I am getting this kind of response. So I'm going to do the same thing with other people. I am getting response on my work from somebody totally unknown who never I met. I never met those people and they are praising my work. But the question is how to get those kind of original and valuable feedback. Original means they are real feedback on your work. How to get that? It's very easy. Go to flickr.com, 500px.com, upic.com. That's where you upload your work and you get yourself acknowledged. If your work is good enough, and I mean really good enough, you will get acknowledgement no matter what. But if your work is not good enough, nobody is going to like it. I purposely sometimes uploading bad images in just in order to get the reality check where I am standing right now. Am I still good enough? I know. There was one image I uploaded of a model shoot I did long time ago, and I edited it purposely. The whole image was black and white except the model. Model was in color, but the rest of the background where the leaves and grills are, the leaves were green, the vegetation was green, but I purposely edited black and white. So everything is black and white except the model and the hair. And that image was rejected at one of the groups. And that was a reality check for me because that group was always accepting my images except that one particular one. I cut my dose of reality. Stop living between people who are only going to like your work just because if they are not going to like, you're not going to like their work. So it's like you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Stop living like this. Because this gives you a false dose of dopamine and is going to kill your creativity. Doing Photoshop is right, but doing it properly so people get the reality, people get to know what is real. It's not that I haven't done Photoshop. I did Photoshop some of my work, but I did it so cleanly, you're not going to recognize it's Photoshop or not. It looks so real, so real. So, and there are images where you clearly see the moon is Photoshop or the galaxy is Photoshop, and you are not mentioning that it's a composite image. That's turned off a lot of people. And when they ask you, is it composite, you should not feel offended. You should have mentioned this thing in the beginning. Because this triggers a lot of confusion. Because normal people, when I was talking with a friend who basically introduced that word dopamine to me last night, he was under the impression that there was an image which was real, and I mentioned him, no, it's not real. It's a composite image. And he was shocked. He thought that, I thought that's a real image. I said, no man, it's not real. See, you are hiding something which completely off the viewers. This is wrong. That comes to under the ethics of photography. I'm not saying you shouldn't do composite. Do it, but mention it. Because people start believing that you are giving a false information through your images by not mentioning it. Again, just because you want to get all those dopamine. So dopamine is really dangerous. Is really dangerous. I don't know how to say anything else because all those celebrities who took who took the social media by storm overnight, and if they are just look into them, there are many celebrities who are severely, depressed. Why? Because suddenly people stop reacting to their work, to their post, to their images, to their selfies. And when suddenly people stop doing it, it stops that dose of dopamine to those celebrities, and those celebrities are going nuts now, really nuts. So dopamine is literally going to put you in a severe depression in a way which you, God forbidden, that you do something with yourself in the end of the day. Not many people can take the fame. Not many people can hold the fame for a long time. Once you get acknowledged by people, it becomes a responsibility. So Look at those Instagram influencers. Look at those YouTubers. Look at those celebrities, especially the Instagram and YouTubers. All those people who have no talent but they just become overnight because of their stupid videos. I'm going to say stupid because they're not part of the reality. They're just dancing around the world making videos just to entertain you, just to get your one like. And once you are not going to get that like, they will be going in a severe depression. And I have seen people, I swear I have seen people who are far from the reality of the true life what we are having around ourselves. They don't care. Because for them everything is this 6.1 screen, that mobile. That's what all their life is. Because they are living in that screen all the time. They are going live wherever there is no privacy, no nothing, just in order to get dose of dopamine. I know example right now. I'm not going to mention it but they are far from reality of the real life. Dopamine is really dangerous. It is. I hope you like this video and got the message I'm trying to say. And yeah, by the way, the technical part of this video, I made this video purposely black and white because I want to create something different and I want to bring that mode. Because this topic is very sensitive and it requires a certain amount of attention from you. And I hope this black and white video today is going to get you into that mode, that light side and that dark side. That's life. That's where you are going to get, where you have to stand, where you need to get the real dopamine. Don't follow the false praises. False praises is going to kill your creativity. Trust me. People don't know how to read images. People are just praising your work because they love you as a person or they just want your like on their work. That's why they are liking your work. Most people just liking your work because they they just admire you. It has nothing to do with your work most of the time. Nothing to do with your work. Most of the people who are going to watch this video, maybe you agree, maybe you're not, but this is the reality. Thank God I am out from this reality. And I realized that reality 3 years ago, and since then I'm not working for likes because I know when my work is good enough, wherever I'm going to post it, it will be acknowledged. I don't have to like anybody's work just in order to get their like on my work. I have stopped doing this since last 3 years, and I'll thank God. Alhamdulillah, I'm having a great time when it comes to photography, and I am being acknowledged. I'm going to wrap up this video now, and that mode that I created in black and white, especially I use that 50mm 1.2 S on Nikon Z5. Yeah, I purposely bring that camera close in order to get that feeling, that shallow depth of field stuff that you can see over here. Yep, that's right now, that thing. I just want to create it, that mode. I want to bring that feeling inside this image, in this footage I mean, that how the 50mm 1.2 do things. I never shot at 50mm, especially at 1.2, but I'm purposely doing it. So, and I'm purposely moving back and forth in order to see the lens performance, how sharp it is, and how good the autofocus it is in this difficult contrasted situation. So that's a little technical part in there, but you got the idea what I'm trying to say in this video. Yep. Thank you for watching this video. and I'll see you guys in future with some new content. Till then, take care. Bye.